At this time, I'd like to introduce our team to you. It's taken a lot of time and energy to put this team together of people that are really ready, willing, and able to serve this town in what are trying economic times. I'd like to just take a moment to recognize my choice for a second selectman. It seems there's no coincidence that we're here in this room that many of us enjoy a newly renovated town hall that was done under the administration of former First Selectman Bruce Grezek. Many of the things that he's done that we take advantage of every day, we tend to almost think back and forget all of the accomplishments that occurred under his watch. The 25-year resident of our town, Mr. Grezek, take it back. Our selection for town treasurer, many of you know, is Gordon Ross. Gordon has degrees, a bachelor's and master's degree in finance. He's a veteran. He's lived in town many, many years, and he's offered to come in as town treasurer in a time when we need somebody with specific expertise to solve the complex problems that confront us. We've got a huge wastewater treatment plant being built downtown that's going to require bonding. It's going to require people that with the specific know-how to make an impact for our town. And when Gordon came forward, I have to say that I was extremely pleased that he joined our team. We have Again, when we look towards our Board of Finance, we also recognize that we need people that with specific expertise to confront the challenges that really are right in front of us every day. And when we look at our candidates that are on our Board of Finance slate, we have a former First Selectman, Reg Smith. What more can we ask for? Reg? A newcomer to our ranks and a person who's highly qualified, an accountant and state auditor, wants to serve our town on the Board of Finance for a full term, Alicia Kennison. Alicia? No less important, the Board of Finance alternate position, our incumbent Republican alternate, Roy Lipton. Many of you know that Roy takes an active part in many of the complex negotiations that go on right now, taking an active role with the development of the wastewater treatment plant, and really is a numbers guy that we're proud to have. On our Board of Education, we have two incumbents willing to re-up for another 4 years. A good friend of mine, Steve Tuxbury. And then another good friend of mine, Brian Kielty. When we look to our Board of Ed, we look to people who have kids in the system that we want to entrust the future of their education and the well-being of our kids. These guys do a great job. Now, you know that there was a little bit of meandering going on right in between, and a name that's not on your list that has come forward and put her name forward into the nomination committee is a newcomer, not a new name, but certainly a newcomer to our ranks, and someone we think can do a great job, who's offered to serve us and be a candidate on our team. Sarah Goff would like to serve with you. 16 years ago, when I started serving this town, I started on the Board of Assessment Appeals. Many of you know that I'm a real estate appraiser. And when people come forward and they look for the last line of appeals process to see that they're being treated fairly, we thought that it's good government to get an appraiser involved who can bring some scientific knowledge to the process. And we reached out this year to Bob Maheen to join our team. He's a 25-year real estate appraiser, an expert in the field, willing to serve our town. Give it up for Bob. The safeguards of our town are our Planning and Zoning Commission. We know that we all enjoy the way New Hampshire kind of the same as the way we like it right now. Very, very important positions. We've got two great candidates, not necessarily in order. I'm going to read Dan LaPlante as our incumbent, who's willing to serve as another newcomer who I have high hopes for, and I know will serve this town with great, great ability, Gil Pratt. Many of you may not know, Gil's sister is Dan's wife, Donald. Small town, right? On to our Zoning Board of Appeals, the last line of the appeals process for our zoning board. I'm going to again read it in not necessarily the correct order that you see it, but Scott Goff, our incumbent, seeking to serve our town again. We'd like to thank Scott. My good friend, a guy many of you know, who has also stepped up with great ability and willing to serve our town with Scott is John Rulo. Where are you, John? Within the Zoning Board of Appeals, we have two alternate positions. Both newcomers to our ranks. One we have here tonight. Many of you, if you have kids play sports or soccer or baseball, you'll recognize John Lovejoy, who's always around running after William and Elijah. Where are you, John? There he is. And our second candidate up for that position also, you'll recognize if you know his kids are also out in the fields all the time, Lou Chappelle. So he's not here tonight. We appreciate Lou's contributions. Of course, you read through these lists and sometimes you skip over somebody. It's not to say that the position is any less important. We have a P and Z alternate slot that I skipped over immediately when I thought of Scott and John. In our search for qualified people, we looked right within my own neighborhood and we found somebody, an attorney willing to step forward. We know that our zoning board is an interpretation of rules as they're presented. We know that Pete Ventry, where are you, Pete? Thank you very much for joining us, Pete. And last but not least, a position we all know is near and dear to my heart, Region 7 Board of Ed. An interesting story in itself. As I was discussing who should fill this position, my brother looks at me and says, "It's interesting what you hear over the partition walls in your office. I know a lot about Region 7. Kind of took the pressure off. So, Rob Jerram, my brother, where is he? Rob. He's a graduate here at Deeply Valley School is going to help guide our children and obviously work towards presenting good, sound budgets and get our kids great education so they can move forward. That's our ticket. I'm proud to be with them and headline that ticket. At this point, I'd like to hand it back over to our moderator for voting.